my name is Wyatt. Welcome to XALT Ministries. Today we're going to look at How He Loves by Crowder, or David Crowder Band, however you remember them by. This song is going to be done in the key of C. For this tutorial, though, I'm going to do capo 3, key of 8 chords. I just kind of like the flow and how it sounds for my vocals. So in order to start this, we're going to have to figure out what chords we're actually going to use for this tutorial. It's just going to be the 4 basic chords. I might also do a little extra fingering just to get a little melody in there. Perhaps from time to time all I'm doing is fretting some of the different strings on the first string down here on the first 3 frets from the capo. So let's take a look at those chords and see what we need to know. Okay, so let's take a look at the chords for How He Loves by Crowder. We're going to be doing this in the key of A. I have my capo here on the 1, 2, 3rd fret. All right, so it's going to bring us down to here, and we're going to have an A2, a D2, F sharp minor, and a normal E. All right, so the A2 is just going to be a mute. Okay, open, 2, 2, open, open. Okay, and then you can move that to the D2. Okay, right here I just put this finger down, and I take this finger off. It's just my transition. Take this finger, I take this finger down one, take this finger off, and bring this one over, and I slide. That's just kind of the transition how I do it. So it's kind of like, that's how it just goes. If you're wondering how that, how I do it compared to you, I don't know. D2 is going to be a mute, still mute. You're actually, technically, you're supposed to mute the top 2 strings, 6 and 5. So it should sound like this instead of this. Okay. So it's going to be a mute, mute, open, 2, 3, open. See, there's nothing here on these 2 fingers. And that's your D2, all right? And let me get my camera a little better position where I can get more of my fretboard in here. There we go. Okay, and so we have F sharp minors next. And that's going to be a mute, okay? 4, 4, 2, open, open. All right, and now the final chord is just going to be a standard E chord. And that's going to be an open. It's the only one you're not going to mute for this. Okay, open, 2, 2, 1, open, open. And I'll leave these over here on the side for you for a second because I'm going to go through something that I do in this song, which I add a little melody with strings. And how I do that is I actually toggle or pedal, whatever you want to call it, this note right here, which if you want to go by, it's actually it's an F sharp. But since I'm capoed, it's obviously going to be different. But what I'm talking about is I'm going to usually use my pinky, or when I'm doing the F sharp minor, I use, well, the only finger I have left to use. And then here, I use different fingers every time I do it, but it's always this note. Okay, so if I do like my A2, I'd be like, it adds that nice to it. So I like this. Now here all I did was reverse it. Instead of starting with it off, I started with it on. Okay, you don't have to do the whole movement with your hand. I just like doing that. But that is something you can do. The strum pattern that I use will be on the next clip here coming up, which is where we get back to the actual verses and stuff. But I just wanted to show you that, so give you a little different idea of like the things you can do. Like I said, I use this finger, and this finger, all because of different chords use different fingers. But I just like using this for this chord arrangement. I actually did this for Through It All by Colton Dixon. It was something like something like that. I can't remember how it was. You have to check out the video for that. But anyways, I just want to show you this real quick. So let's get to the verses bridge, and let's see how this song is put together. All right, so now that we got our chords of our A2, our D2, our F sharp minor, and our E, and then sometimes I might, do something like this, where I'm just pedaling this note down here, which is your 2nd fret of your 1st string. So I do that a few times. So to start off with this song, we're going to start off verse 1, start off on the A2. And you're going to mute the top. So it's going to start off in verse 1. It's he is jealous for me. To your F sharp minor. Love's like a hurricane, I am a tree. To your E. Bending beneath the weight of his wind. D2. And mercy. Okay, and you're going to repeat. Back to the A. When all of a sudden I am unaware of these afflictions, F sharp minor, eclipsed by glory, to the E, and I realize just how beautiful you are and how great, D2, how great your affections are for me. Okay, so that's our first verse. And strum pattern is on your screen right now. The strum pattern I use for a couple if it's a very intimate worship song, I like to use a strum pattern because it's not exactly a slow strum pattern, but it has a lot of space in between the strums, so it gives kind of just the just a little flow that gives you like almost like a little bit more instrument than vocals, but not by much. Just kind of like the instruments sitting there just in the background. And the way that's going to go is it's going to be a half a measure strum pattern. It's just 1, and then you skip your 2, skip 3, and then do the and between the 3 and 4, and the and after the 4. So we're going to do 1, and 1, and 1. So that and, the last and will come right before the 1. So it's going to sound something like this. And I go right into the chord. And that's actually the first verse right there. So that's how it sounds. If you can't for some reason get the timing of those two up strums because they're so far after, if you want to kind of reverse engineer it a little bit, and instead of doing 1 and then doing and 1, if you want to just try the and 1 and then do that part first, so that way at least you get the timing part. Let's do something like this. And then that way you can figure out where your ands and the next 1 beat is going to come. And then, so, after you hopefully, I'm not confused you on that part. That's the first verse, so I'm going to play through it real quick. He is jealous for me. Love's like a hurricane, I am a tree. Bending beneath the weight of his wind and mercy. All of a sudden, I'm unaware of these afflictions, eclipsed by glory, and I realize just how beautiful you are and how great your affections are for me. Oh, how you love, yeah. Okay, so that's your first verse. Quite simple. Let's move on to the pre-chorus and chorus. We'll start with the pre-chorus. Pre-chorus is going to start on the A, and by the looks of it, it's just going to be pretty much the exact same progression that we were just doing for the verses. So you're going to go from the A to the F sharp minor to the E, and then back to your D2. Alright, so let's do that real quick. And oh, how he loves us so. Oh, how he loves us. How he loves us all. And they do have a little intermission chord. That is going to be the A to the F sharp minor and then back and forth 1 or 2 times, however many times you feel like you need to do it. So it's going to sound at the end of it, it's going to, oh, how he loves us, how he loves us all, and then the intermission chords. And all I'm doing there is basically just pedaling this note down here. So I just kind of... And that's all I'm doing. And it adds a nice little melody to it. Okay, so now let's go on to the verse. Or the, you do go through the verse 1, pre-chorus, back into verse 1, he is jealous for me, then pre-chorus, and then you finally go into your actual chorus. So let's say we skip past that part and go into the actual chorus from the pre-chorus. So let's go through the pre-chorus real quick. The chords for the chorus are the exact same progression in chords that we had for the verse 1 and for the pre-chorus. Okay, it's the A, F sharp minor, E, and D. All right. So I'm gonna go right from pre-chorus right into chorus. And oh, how he loves us so. Oh, how he loves us. How he loves us so. Yeah, he loves us. Oh, how he loves us. And of course, there goes my glasses. Yes, they are broken in half. I'm getting a new pair tomorrow. You can see how scripted this video is. Hopefully this won't happen too many more times throughout it. But right now they'll go back together and hopefully they'll stay together for the rest of the video. And right now I can already tell they are not wanting to. So hopefully this doesn't happen too much. Okay, let's go back to the pre-chorus. And oh, how he loves us so. Oh, how he loves us. How he loves us so. I'm going to do the intermission. That's okay, I can make the song my own. I'm allowed to do that. Verse 2 is, like I said, it's going to be the exact same progression that you're used to, so we're just going to go right off. I'm starting the A. We are his portion and he is our prize, drawn to redemption by the grace in his eyes. Grace is an ocean, we're all sinking. So heaven meets earth like an unforeseen kiss, and my heart turns violently inside of my chest. And I don't have time to imitate these regrets when I think about the way, when I think about the way. And oh, how he loves us so. Oh, how he loves us. How he loves us so. That's his pre-chorus, okay? And then you can go back into the chorus and so on and so forth. But that's pretty much how to do How He Loves Us by David Crowder Band, or Crowder, however you know his name. Once again, this can be done in normal C chords if you prefer. Just for this tutorial, though, I'm doing them in 3rd fret of the capo, 3rd fret, in A chords. And then once again, if you like to do like a little melody stuff with your chords, you can any of these 3 positions here is good. If you want to do this and this one here, it's a little harder. I don't like it. I try this one. I like that, or this one. All different ones you can try to do. So you like that. However you like it. I mean, it might sound a little different on your guitar. If you play this with electric, you might have a little bit more luck with it because the distortion may distort the kind of not so harmonic effect. Anyways, all the different things you can do. Thank you very much for watching this video, and you have a blessed day.